Well, the 2018 midterms are just 7 months away. We can fully expect Republicans to campaign on protecting the border and keeping Americans safe from illegal aliens. As for the Democrats, well, several Democratic candidates are actually calling for the abolition of ICE. Don't believe me? Well, Randy Bryce, who's challenging House Speaker Paul Ryan in Wisconsin's 1st District, recently just told the truth and told Newsweek, quote, "I think that ICE should be abolished, and Congress should explore which existing agency could best house immigration and customs enforcement," end quote. Well, joining me now for reaction is David Ward, a former ICE agent who also worked on the border. David, thank you for your time. So Democrats are clinging to the idea that getting rid of ICE is going to get rid of this problem for us. What do you say to that?
You know, we live in a great country where people as vacuous as Bryce could run for a congressional seat and make a statement like he did to abolish ICE. I mean, who does he expect to work in the interior of the United States to go after criminal aliens that have eluded other police departments? Now, one thing about
maybe nobody. I mean, is this not indicative of a viewpoint that says we want a borderless world? Law and order does not matter to us.
The Democrats will not be happy until immigration is completely abolished. There's no border patrol, there's no border, there's no wall, there's no ICE, there's no nothing, and people come and go as they wish in the United States. Let me tell you something about this, Mr. Bryce, if you're listening. You know, ICE agents arrested over 38,000 criminal aliens. You made a statement that we're out there arresting children and families and stuff. Let me tell you something. ICE is going out specifically for particular targets that are criminal aliens that have warrants for arrest, that are fugitives from justice, that came into the United States after reentry, after deportation. That's who's being targeted, and over 38,000 have been arrested. Did you also know that over 2,200 pounds of fentanyl have been seized by ICE?
Yeah, I mean, it's the drug problem, the gang problem, the violence problem, all very, very real. But it's not just this one congressional candidate. In Wisconsin, you've got a congressional candidate in Indiana. You've got one in New York. I mean, this seems to be in the bloodstream of the Democratic Party.
It's the progressive talking points that are doing this. They don't want immigration enforcement. They want this entire country to be a sanctuary for the world's problems. We can't do it. Our citizens are in danger. Look at what happened on 9/11. It was immigrants that did that. They brought down the towers, and since then, illegal aliens and foreign nationals have been killing U.S. citizens since that time, even before then, of course.
And we talk a lot about the border, and rightfully so, because that's where so much of our problem emanates from. But as far as ICE is concerned, these are visa overstays as well. These are a lot of people that come here legally and that decide not to go back. And ultimately, without
that's 50% of your illegal alien population are people who violate our visas that come into the United States. The visa waiver program is another big problem that we should take a real close look at and abolish that. Immigration is the Achilles heel of this country. If we don't control it, if we don't control our borders, don't go after the illegal aliens that are within this country, we're going to have a real serious problem within a very short period of time.
So they say, well, ICE has only been around for 15 years. It's a short-term agency. I mean, this is the talking points of the left are abolish it because it's something new. Explain to our audience something about the history there.
Okay, since 1933, immigration has been in effect. We've had special agents from 1933 to 2003 enforcing immigration law. The Department of Homeland Security was created because of 9/11 through the 9/11 Commission, and ICE became immigration special agents. That's the only difference was the name. They all go through the same school. They all enforce Title VIII. And I'd like to know who this guy thinks is going to enforce Title VIII. All of our agents go through an academy to learn how to enforce it.
Well, of course. I mean, I guess he's counting on self-deportation, ultimately. I mean, really, I mean, they mock the idea until their entire premise is built on it. But you say, I mean, deliberate operation and focused targets is what ICE is about. And the boogeyman is they make it look like they're running around rounding people up.
Look, we only have 20,000 at most ICE agents throughout the entire United States. That's half the size of the New York City Police Department. But we have 11 million people that we might be looking for. It's a small number, so we have to concentrate on the most effective use of our manpower, and that's going after the criminal aliens that are causing harm in these neighborhoods.
Makes sense. David, thank you for your time and for your service to this country.